Welcome everybody back to the channel and welcome back to our alternate WWE Universe mode here in 2K19. It is such a pleasure to be back after a little while. You guys won't know that, but it has been a minute since the last time I was even able to sit down and do this, but I am back today. We are here today with another big card coming off the back of a different kind of week. Last week we had the showcase week, as you know, but it is... the boss is in the ring, so I'm just going to be quiet a minute. He's obviously after a mic. Let's see what it is he's got to say. Welcome everybody back to Monday Night Raw. First of all, if you like what you are seeing right now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn that thumb blue, and also turn on those notifications so you don't miss any more of what you've been seeing, what you see now, and what you are about to see in the future. Secondly, a big announcement here. We are going to be having in the next episode our very first pay-per-view in this universe mode. It was a last minute decision, but we're about halfway through a season now, so we are going to be having a SummerSlam. It is going to be SummerSlam last minute. We got 5 matches for that card. You will, if you are subscribed obviously and have those notifications on, going to be able to catch that show. Like I said, that will be our next episode, so that is the second thing out of the way. The third thing is, I promised that things would change around here a few weeks ago now, I think it was, and I would start settling this place back down and have the power swing back my way. So yes, Richard Robinson, I am talking directly to you. If you hadn't have been putting your hands on me thinking that you run this place, you don't run this place, I run this place. You would have been in the showcase match last week, so it goes to show as valuable as you think that you are to this brand. As much as you think that you can go above my head, at the end of the day it is me and me alone who makes the matches here in this universe mode, and that is the reason you were left out. You needed to be brought down a couple of pegs. You needed to be shown who the boss actually is around here. And just as a little bit of a further thing, just to show you and push even more that message home, you may well be on the SummerSlam card. That's undecided at the moment, but for your first few matches, win or lose, you will not be getting paid. I'm out. Oh my days, what a few announcements that we have just had there. And just when you think everything is cool now between Bailey and Robinson and that has all died down and gone away, he touches on it once again. But yeah, oh my god, what an announcement. We are going to be having our first ever pay-per-view here in this universe mode, going to show the depth of the roster is growing right now. I personally have no idea. He says the card's ready and it's already been decided, barring whether Robinson's going to be on the card or not. We'll have to wait and see. I personally don't know what those matches are yet, so I'll be finding that out along with you guys in the next episode. On to tonight's card though, we've got a big match starting things off here, back into our championship tournament. If you don't know about that at the moment, we are a little bit of the way into it now actually. We've got Alpha Jackson going up against RK Ortiz. We've got Damien Zachary, who's caught a bit of momentum at the moment. He's going to be going up against Stud Rivers. That is going to be one of the televised matches today. A lot going on around Stud at the moment, so we'll talk more on that as we get into the match. Following on from that, we have got A-List Born against HB Kang. A-Lister is doing really well for himself at the moment. Kang himself has picked up a win recently, so he's going to be looking to build on that momentum. So a good match there, but that is not going to be one that is our main event tonight. Instead, that is going to be Jordan Smith versus Johnny Justice, and the way that the careers of these two are going just at the moment, this match is so unpredictable. It could go either way, which is probably why Bailey's put it in our main event. But again, we'll talk more on that as we get into it, considering that is going to be our second and final televised match of the evening. So there is your card, guys. I can't wait to get into it. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into that first match right now. So we'll come into the ring first. We have got Damien Zachary. This guy at the moment has caught a lot of momentum. He stacked 3 wins on top of the other at the moment against decent opponents as well. Johnny Justice, who's going to be in our main event tonight, he's beaten him. He beaten HB Kang in what many tagged as the match for control of the dark side here in Universe mode. So he won that one. So if that was a thing and it was in both their minds, he claimed the bragging rights there. And then he followed that up last time out with a win against RK Ortiz. So yeah, he's caught a lot of momentum. Has this guy who lives a very, very strange lifestyle, shall we say. He's very deeply into vampism and things like that. Very quiet, secluded. You can see he absolutely loves being in the darkness. He's someone who thrives in that environment, and it has come to the forefront for him recently. He draws strength from whoever it is that he follows, prays to over that side. Yeah, very, very strange character, but you gotta say, he's starting to become very, very successful, and he's one of the front runners in this tournament at the moment. He's caught up and maybe even overtaken. Like I said, it's been a minute. I'd need to brush up on that. But I know that he's up there. He's probably overtaken Stud Rivers at this point, maybe. He'll be up there just behind probably Hunter King and the Viking Warrior. But yeah, we'll have to check up on that. It'll be the next Raw where we again update what's been going on with the wins and losses here. So be much more brushed up on it then. But he's made his way to the ring now as Zachary, and he's going to be going against the aforementioned Stud Rivers. So this is a really important match for both of these two. If I'm right in my thinking that maybe Zachary is now overtaken or even drawn level with Stud, this is a good chance for him to go ahead or even further stretch the lead that he's got in the tournament at the moment. Same for Stud here, who we've seen come to the ring now. He really, really needs to catch a wave, just get a win and break this losing rut that he's on. He had a lightning start here, did Stud, in Universe mode. He was one of the first to come over in what is not typically his week of matches and cut the promo, talk himself up, and for the longest time he was backing that up. But just lately things have turned for him. In the beginning though, he did seem quite unbeatable in terms of aggression, and then he started to show heart too. He's had a couple of wars and he managed to come out of those successful, but it's turned for him recently. He's aligned himself, as we know, which we'll touch on actually a bit later, with Alex Charming, and that just added another layer of protection to him. But things have definitely turned. He's off the back of a couple of losses now, and the fact that this guy runs off confidence and ego more specifically, those losses have really, really hurt him. He's kind of lost his edge a little bit, and he really needs to get back on to winning ways tonight. We know he's not above taking count-out wins. We've seen that from him. Yeah, there's nothing. He just needs to get a win by any means almost, and like I said, he's more than willing to do that with that count-out victory and things like that. So Zachary is going to have to be on his game tonight. I'm sure he will be, but equally Stud is going to have to be on his as well. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting match, this one, and a very important one as well. A win here for everyone tonight, not just these two, could see them gain a spot on the card in our first pay-per-view. Maybe it is called last minute, so although Bailey says the card is decided, that may well not be the case. We could, as it were, see some last minute changes made to the card. Oh, Zachary went for the aggressive start there. Didn't work out for him. Stud was wise to it. I think for the strategies in this one, if I'm Zachary, I'm probably wanting to take this one into deep waters and let that self-doubt creep in that Stud's probably got to be feeling, you would say, right now. For Stud, you wanted the quick start, land some big moves, take control of this one, start growing into the match, and well, try and just get the win as quickly as possible. We saw a big forearm from Stud, and Zachary just not only took it, but he started mocking him in his face as well. So he'll know that Stud's probably a bit vulnerable at the moment mentally, and will want to play into that. And big DDT from Zachary there. What I was mentioning earlier about the Stud and Charming alliance, I'm not too sure. I mean, we see that Charming's not in Stud's corner tonight. I don't know whose decision that was. I know there was a bit of back and forth communication between them during the week. Not at all sure what that's about. Maybe at some point Jacob could grab hold of either of them, and we'll find out from there. But at the moment we've seen Stud out on his own, and maybe that's telling, or maybe we're just creating controversy here and there is nothing in that at all. It'll play out in time, of course, but for the moment, yeah, we need to focus on this match. It is a big one for both of these two guys, for either the same or different reasons, depending. Again, I would really should have looked at the table before recording this, but it is what it is. We're here now. Zachary just went for a clothesline there and absolutely bounced off Stud, which Zachary's a pretty strong guy in his own right, so maybe we will see the best of Stud tonight. And just as I say that, the big choke slam, this could be over already. That is exactly what Zachary needed to be doing. And oh my gosh, the kiss of death, there it is. And now's the pain. Face first into the canvas goes Stud. Zachary wasting no time here, going for the pick. It's one. I was going to say going for the victory there. It's just a 2 count. Just a 2 count. Stud showing that heart I was talking about earlier, but there you see it. Zachary calling out or praying to whoever it is that he does do that to. And maybe they've heard him and answered here, because this accolade type camel clutch here has been extremely successful in this universe mode. So good strategy there from Zachary, but Stud was having none of that. None of it at all. He's out of it now and actually back in control of this one, which is probably a bit worrying from Zachary. He's found another gear here as Stud, and a bit more aggression as well. Stomp into the ground now after repeated head slams into the buckle there, and he's going for told you so, and he hits it as well, and that looked like it hurt the back there of Zachary. He bounced straight back up on it. Back elbow there from Stud, and Zachary is actually back in complete forget that, he's not in complete control at all, and he just had a very awkward landing there off the ropes, and it seems to have hurt the back of his leg there, the thigh, the hamstring maybe. Stud's going for the money shot here. He's hit it as well out of nowhere, but can he capitalise, because he looks a little bit gassed here himself. If Zachary kicks out of this, this could see Stud collapse. It's 1, it's 2, and he's not going to kick out of it, and Stud Rivers there getting himself a massive victory. That is going to do him the absolute world of good. He'll be happy to be back in front of the cameras tonight as well, of course. Maybe he wouldn't have wanted that at the beginning of the match, but having won it now, he'll definitely just soak this up and enjoy it. He's that kind of personality. At this point here, I thought it was over. I think a lot probably did think it was over as well, but no. You see here, there's the 2. Just pops that left shoulder up. hits his own moves. Told you so there. Zachary, to his credit, got straight back up pretty much, but Stud wasn't going to be denied tonight, finishing it off with a money shot, and that he's him back on the winning trail. And he, like I said, he definitely needed that. Is that enough to maybe put him on the SummerSlam card if he's not already on it? Again, we'll have to wait and see on that one, but nonetheless, that was a it was a decisive victory as well as a needed one. But yeah, like I say, congratulations to him. That is gonna absolutely do him the world of good. And you see now he's just gonna take a minute and he's gonna soak this one in. Just really enjoy himself being back in front of the cameras on the winning trail. It's gonna do his confidence the world of good. Probably reboost that ego of his, because you know he may not have shown it, but it had to be affected by those couple of losses that he took, and the fact that he fell from the TV matches, which, as we know, is where he believes that he is destined and deserving to be. So he's got what he wanted tonight. We'll see what that does for him going forward, and also see what it does for Zachary moving forward as well. But there you have it, first TV match done, and that is Stud Rivers beating Damien Zachary. And so on to the rest of the night then that we go. We've got, at the moment, a promo coming from somebody new here, who looks rather happy to be here. Let's see what he's got to say. Welcome to your highlight of the night. My name is Buster England, and I am here because I have been called here, I've been summoned here to just manage the career of the top star in this industry, let alone this universe mode. When he called, I came. That is what I do. We are close, we have been close for many years now, and it's a good opportunity for me. So am I a competitor? Absolutely not, no. I am brains, I am management, I am an agent, I am counsel, therapy, whatever my clients need is what I will be. And at the moment, I'm not going to disclose who it is that I am the agent, manager, counsel, therapy for, but you will see soon enough. You will see. He has been wronged already in this universe mode. He should have been in the showcase match last week. That wasn't to be. Now I know that you're all probably thinking I know who this is. You may well be right, but then again maybe you're not. Again, I'm not going to disclose anything just yet. What I will tell you is you will find out 100% at SummerSlam who my first client is. There may be more, or I may be just special counsel to one guy. Again, you will have to wait and see on that one. Once we've got this career where it needs to be going, the trajectory that it needs to be on, then we can sit down and discuss other things. But like I said, me and this guy are close, so everything that you see from either of us will be joint decision, and we'll take it from there. We'll see. Like I said, at SummerSlam will be the reveal. But for now, again, I hope you have enjoyed this little segment of our Raw here in Universe Mode. You will look back on this and realise exactly what I said earlier. This was the highlight of the night. With that being said, I am out of here for now. I will see you all at SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Buster England, as it were. That's a nice surprise. Are we going to see somebody new showing up at SummerSlam? Again, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But now we move into the results for tonight. You didn't see it, but Alpha Jackson did go ahead and beat RK Ortiz, who is still slumping in that downward spiral. Another win for Alpha, who's starting to become one of the front runners on this side of the tournament at the moment. We saw Stud Rivers beat Damien Zachary. After that, HB Kang went ahead and beat A-List Born, which leads us into our main event of the evening. Jordan Smith is going to be going up against Johnny Justice, and like I said, this one could literally go either way. So let's see how it played out in the main event. And I did hit record, guys, but for some reason it didn't register that. So we already have the Schmitz in the ring, and coming down to the ring now, we have got Johnny Justice, a guy who came here with big expectations, both of himself, and we had big expectations for him as well. Probably the most well-rounded combat artist that we've got here in the Universe mode, but he's just, for whatever reason at the moment, not really been able to put it all together. Been a bit of a shock. He's been up and down, he's had his moments, and then he's lost matches you would just expect him to win, really. He can't quite get any momentum going one way or the other at the moment, but the same very much could be said for Jordan Smith. He, though, I suppose, has some kind of reason, if you want to call it that. Like, he is a tag specialist along with his twin brother Tyson, and this format at the moment, this tournament that we're doing, it doesn't play to either Jordan's or Tyson's strengths, and they've been found out a little bit for that at the moment. We don't have a tag division here in Universe mode just yet. We'll probably see things like that start to happen more as we progress through this tournament phase that we're in at the moment. But there's no room for a tag division at the moment. We are growing this Universe mode bit by bit, so it is what it is at the moment. They're sucking it up and they're getting on with it. He's had a couple of wins now, Jordan, still none for Tyson at the moment. And there's another chance here for them both in front of the cameras to show out, and well, Jordan's definitely doing that at the moment. And try and catch again a little bit of momentum. It is a word that's being used a lot at the moment, but it is so important in any sport to be riding a wave of momentum on a winning run. We've seen with Tyson and a couple of others in this Universe mode that once you start losing a couple of matches in a row, it's hard then to get back on the winning trail. So momentum both ways plays a huge part in what we're seeing at the moment. We saw Justice there using a bit of that submission background that he's got. Weren't quite able to get it done on Jordan, who comes back with a really aggressive clothesline of his own there, and he's now going to try and take control of this match. Big right hands here. Justice is probably one of the guys on this roster that you don't want to be trying to go strike for strike with, but fair play to Jordan there, who's a strong lad himself. He got the better of the striking exchange, which really is something that I didn't see coming in this one. Drops down now as he sent Justice to the ropes. Oh, big boot there, and well, he's pointing to say that he's really smart at the moment, and you've got to say in this match so far he's probably shocked Justice. He's took complete control of it, has Jordan, and he's going to take Justice over to the ropes now. Johnny in big trouble. There's that big right hand again, and he's just choking him now on that top rope. Hey, look, you've got to do what you've got to do. The crowd do not like that one, and we've seen a little bit more of an edge here from Schmidt. What's he doing here? Oh, that's nasty. That is a really nasty move there, and again, it's probably something that the crowd wouldn't like to see, which is unusual from the Smiths. But not only are we going for wins in the tournament here, but again, there's potentially space for one of these to get onto the card at SummerSlam. So I mentioned it earlier, and I'll say it again. I suppose you've got to do what you've got to do. Only your own conscience will be the guide. And we're seeing from Justice here at the moment that wrestling, that catch wrestling technique, mixed with his Muay Thai background strikes. And he's putting the two together nicely here at the moment. And he's having a lot of joy on the outside of the ring. Again, not something we'd normally see from him, but that announcement from Bailey about the pay-per-view has definitely turned up the aggression in some of these wrestlers here. A bit more personality coming out from Jordan as well. Played to the crowd a couple of times tonight. Big clotheslines here again at the moment. Into a side effect, and Johnny at the moment, he's finding himself a little bit overwhelmed, it seems like. But just as I say that, whatever Jordan was going for there, Johnny saw it coming. He's got him up on the shoulders now, and he's landed it. There's some sudden justice there for Jordan, and just like that, this one could be over. He's going to go for the pin, is Johnny, and it's a 1, it is a 2, and it's a 3. No kick out from Jordan Smith there. Johnny Justice gets himself back on the winner's trail. And he took a bit of a beating in there, but out of nowhere he just managed to scoop up Jordan, land that sudden justice, and he's saying that you gave me a run for my money. It was a good match, and you like to see that, the sportsmanship there from Jordan, just knowing that he lost to, I suppose, the better man on the night tonight, and that puts Justice back up there. And maybe now we can see him start to build some momentum. Once again, we'll have to wait and see on that one. And well guys, that would normally be it, but this man requested some airtime and he earned it last week. The winner of the showcase match itself, Henry Bobby, has got something to say. And to say that he won that match, he doesn't look too happy, but let's just hear him out here, see what he's got to say. So last week I was probably one of the least favourites to win in the war, the showcase war match that we had. But you know what? Underdog or not, I came out on top. I won that match, and ever since, all I've heard is it be a win that was discredited by every single person that was in that match, and even some that weren't. See, I don't have a flashy entrance, I don't have flashy ring attire. I've stayed true to who I am, and I've just put in the work. I've worked harder than probably everybody else in that match, and I'm currently working harder than everybody on this roster. You don't get to see it because unfortunately I joined and was signed after this championship tournament began, but trust me, in that performance center there is nobody else doing the things that I am doing. And even with that being said, like I mentioned, there is still guys in the back upset about the outcome of last week's match. But I am here to show you all that you don't need all the fancy stuff. You don't need big gimmicks, big entrances, loud music, lots of lights, fireworks, all this, that and the other. All that you need to do is dig deep, push yourself, outwork everyone else, and you can beat them no matter who they are, no matter how big a star they think that they are. You just give yourself that extra edge. You know that you've done all the work before you get to this ring. You've got more stamina, more strength, more speed, more agility, everything that you need. You can just come in here and enjoy yourself knowing that the work was already done. Now, I proved myself last week. Given another opportunity, I will prove myself again. And with that being said, at SummerSlam, I've earned the right in my own eyes, and I want to face somebody at SummerSlam, but not just anybody. Max Rutan, I am calling you out for SummerSlam.